Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is part 3 of this insane, massive, big, gigantic, kind of trying to come up with more keywords for big, just really big. It was two big boxes that I'm gradually making my way through. So this is part 3, and I think there'll be a part 4 just to finish this first box. But I'm going to try to do a lot of items in this one. But these are some, you're gonna love this. There's just some really great books in this section. So, and if you haven't seen the other stuff, there's some cool books there too. So you gotta check out part 1 and 2 if you haven't seen it yet. They're really worth watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I always have to tell people that at the beginning. But I'm going to show you why to subscribe. Right off the bat, we're going to get into some pretty cool comics. I'm going to show you something that's kind of cool. So there was a vendor that just happened to have a run of ghost comics. This is like Precode horror, really hot comic right now. There's like so much buzz about this comic, even though it's like, we're talking like 60 or 80-year-old comic. Like all of a sudden there's a lot of buzz around it, because it's sort of one that people have rediscovered. And it's one that, it's a series of comics that were just amazing. Like just really great art by Maurice Whitman. And this one guy, I managed to win 2 out of all these things that he had in the first round. In the second round, I won a few more of the titles. So I got like 5 of the Ghost comics from him. And they were for good prices. So usually these things go for a lot of money. So this is Ghost Comics number 11, and this is the last in the series. You got this really great Maurice Whitman cover. You got the, the skeletal girlfriend or bride, I don't know what she is, like kind of calling for him up above. You can see that. And then you got the woman pleading with him, don't go to her, don't go to her, kind of thing. It's just a really great cover. I love these covers where they tell a bit of a story. And then we got Ghost Comics number 3. It's just another great cover. Now, a lot of people, the big grail for the Ghost Comics series, the one that people pay big bucks for, is Ghost Comics number 6. And if you watch these unboxings, you might see that one appear because it's in here somewhere. So yeah, so Ghost Comics, this is Comics number 3. So I got the complete run now of Ghost Comics. So this is number 3. And then there was something really interesting that came. So one of the vendors, Dinosaur Rosebud, she gave me a couple little, so she was a vendor that I bought 1 book from, and actually I shouldn't have bought it. I feel really bad for buying it. Okay, but I'll explain that in a second. So she gave me like a bunch of little stickers, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stickers and whatever this is, some kind of dinosaur sticker. I thought that was kind of cool. So I thought that was really nice of them. So I figured give them a shout out. This book, it was a good price, because what happened was there was an auction, and but there was also best offer. So I just figured, hey, I'll give a best offer. But there was another auction for the same book, but at a way higher grade. This is a low grade version. There was a high grade version. I bid on the high grade version as well, hoping to win one of the two. I didn't think I would win either, because both were at sort of half the going rate for the book. So I thought, okay, I'll put my opening bid in and see what happens. I won both. I couldn't believe I won both. So she accepted my best offer, and it's for Josie number 1. Now this is the second appearance of Josie from Josie and the Pussycats. It's also the first appearance of Jock. And it's just or Sock, I should say. I think his name's Sock, actually. It's just a really great, great book. And it's Dan DiCarlo cover. But this one's in a really bad shape. Like, this is a pretty pricey book normally. I paid $100 for it with shipping and everything. But normally this would go for around, in the low grade like this is like a, like I would say it's a good, there's some water damage. You can see some staining. This would be probably a good, maybe good plus. But the point is, this one would probably go for that $150 to $200 range normally. So, and it's just such a major key. It's a hard book to find, actually. I just happened to win it twice. I don't know why. Sort of weird. I didn't expect to win either. But it's just it's a nice Silver Age classic comic for Josie. If you're a big fan of Josie like I am, it's just a great book to have. Another really great comic, and this is kind of insane. I'm not even sure. I got to censor it a little bit, but it is a very cool one. This is, so during the 70s, there was sort of a movement that was what was considered underground comics. And it started really at the end of the 60s and into the 70s. And it was like Robert Crumb and all these kind of underground artists. And one of the publishers was called Last Gasp. And they were kind of one of the more famous ones from these underground comics. And what they would do is they would produce kind of risque stuff. And one of the best covers is this one. This is, I'm going to try to censor it a little bit because there's a little bit of nudity. But it's called Cocaine Comics. It just gives you a sense of how these underground comics work. But it's just a really great one with this sort of, you know, devil head, and he's doing cocaine. It's Cocaine Comics number 3. Just a really great comic. And it was by Robert Williams is the artist. But just these are really rare. These Cocaine Comics, and this is the most prized from the series. It only ran 3 issues. And it's just really hard to find and usually goes for pretty high prices. I happened to win. This was in an auction and I won it on opening bid. I was so happy because I was actually trying to negotiate with somebody for a similar grade. And I was trying to get them down to $600. I paid $100 for this. And so, yeah, I was quite happy to win that auction for such a great price. Another thing that I have to show, and it's just this is just quick. So one of the things that's happening is my good friend Kiwi has been sending me his wins. He'll send me like his giveaways. He like wins all these giveaways, and he just won some Pokemon cards. So I'm gonna there's like a package of Pokemon cards. So I like, what happens is I get these in my Stackry. I have no idea what they are. So I just put miscellaneous giveaway like, because I have no idea what they are. And it's from Kiwi. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Kiwi. Thank you for the Pokemon cards. My son will love these. I give these to my son. He opens them all up. He gets all excited. So it's just a little extra there. Little fun thing there. Okay. Now let's get back into the comics. Okay, so another series that I just saw this and I was like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. I was kind of curious what it is, and I saw it on my comic shop, and they wanted kind of high prices for it, like $5-10 per comic. So I decided, hey, I'll look on eBay because I was curious about it. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know if it was going to be a good series or not. And I didn't want to spend like $5 or $10 just to find out if it's a good comic or stupid. You know what I mean? And it was, it's a series called Cutie Bunny. I just thought it was such a cute, these anthropomorphic characters. So this is Cutie Bunny number 1. And I bought the whole series for $10. So I thought that was great. So it's like Cutie Bunny number 2. And if you like anthropomorphic characters, you probably like these ones. And then we got Cutie Bunny number 3. And we got Kelly O'Hare, Cutie Bunny number 4. I thought these had just kind of really good, I want to say good girl art, but it's not real girls. It's like anthropomorphic good girl art. I don't know. And then we got, I thought this was, okay, so you're probably wondering, why did he get these? These are really weird. The fifth book is the reason I was actually interested in at all in this series. And it's Cutie Bunny number 5, but it has like all these kind of X-Men and Wonder Woman, you know, like kind of dress up thing going on. Like you got Wolverine, you got Cyclops, Wonder Woman, Captain America, and then Storm up here. I just think it's really great. Like when I saw this cover, I was like, oh, this seems like a really cute series. I figured, hey, I'll pick it up. So I thought, you know, for $10, why not? I just like that fifth cover a lot. So yeah, I thought it was really great. Okay. And then we got some, this is, I wish this was easier to get into, because this is actually kind of a cool book. And I forget, it's a double key. It is Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Free Comic Book Day. Now, this is an expensive book. Usually it goes for about $50. Even though it's a free comic book day, it should be like free, you know? But this is, you know, it's, I've seen it actually, you can get it as low as $20. But this is kind of an interesting book because it has like some first appearance of a Star Wars character. Not the reason why I was interested in it. The reason I was interested in it, and I'll show you. It's like one I have to open up here, so I gotta remove all this tape and stuff. But there's a reason. As I said, this is a double key. On the back, it's 2-in-1. You got Avatar. I'm a big Avatar fan. My kids and I have watched Avatar, the whole series, probably 2 or 3 times. We just love it. It's one of the best animated series of all time, I would say. They didn't do a very good job of making the movie. I actually heard they're going to make another movie. But when I've been looking for, you know, Avatar as a comic, and you'll see other ones that are kind of related, but this is one of the keys for Avatar. It's like one of the first appearances of Avatar in comic form. So just a really kind of a cool comic. I believe it's considered to be the first appearance in comics. They had sort of book-like things that weren't really full comics, but this was the first Avatar, and it's unstamped. So I thought that was quite nice. So really, really hard book to find, strangely enough, even though it's a free comic book day. You'd expect it to be one of those ones that's really easy to find. But the other thing that's going for it is the fact that it also has that Star Wars first appearance. So it's a double key. Have a cool book. So that's one that I'd recommend looking for. It's from, I believe it's from 2019, yeah, I think it's from 2019. I think. Don't quote me on that. Somewhere in that era. Okay, one more book that I need to show that's loose. This is Across 100, plus 100. Now this, what happened was Avatar Press, who produces Crossed, they produced a series of homage covers. I think it was from like 2016 all the way up till 2020. And it's just, they went with all these golden age classic covers. So this is one of the most famous ones. This is from Black Cat Mystery, I believe, or Black Cat Comics number 50. It's one where he's like eating the, you know, or he's got the uranium candy. It's like he's disintegrating. But it's like a great homage cover. I actually went to Avatar Press. They have their own website. And I ordered all their homage covers. There was a few that were missing. And this was one of the ones that was missing. I guess it had sold out. And so I had to buy it off eBay. But I got to, you know, I kind of talked the guy down a bit because he wanted crazy. He wanted like $30 for it. I talked him down to 20. It's still expensive, but, you know, 20 shipped. So, but the original price was still actually, you know, it's only $4 original price. I don't know. It's a hard book to find, but, and it was, the original artist was Elias. Lee Elias is the guy's name. So yeah, just a really great cover. Classic horror cover. Considered one of the grails of the golden age for horror covers, because it's just so extreme. Like the guy's decaying on the cover. Pretty extreme. Okay. Okay, so this one is well wrapped. So you're gonna hear me crunching. As you can see, it's all really well wrapped. I'm gonna try to do this a little bit quickly. I have a huge pile, like you should see. Like when I did this recording, I actually tried to remove as much packaging before recording it, just to save a little bit of time. And there's just this massive pile. I'm actually trapped in this room now. I'm gonna be living here for the rest of my life because there's like all this packaging. It's just like clumped over there. It's like kind of a little bit overwhelming. That from all these things that I've unwrapped. Okay, so let me get into this one. Okay, so once I got past all the bubble, it's pretty easy to get in. Okay, this is a nice little slab. Okay, so I said, hey, you know, one of the grails of Ghost Comics, you know, I was saying, oh, the one that everyone seeks, the #1 big grail for the Ghost Comics series is number 6. So Ghost Comics #6, the big grail. Everyone's chasing that book. Here it is. So this is Ghost Comics #6. And I like Ghost Comics #2 better. That's my favorite of the series. But this is the one that everyone chases. And this one was the hardest one for me to get. So this is Ghost Comics #6. And it's a 1.0. It's a really low grade. But it doesn't show like it's low grade. It's a split spine, I think, is the issue. Yeah, cover detached. But man, for a cover detached, it is in really great shape. Look at this. It's just, that's all that's wrong with it. Cover detached. And it's got like some chipping in there. It should be a higher grade. I think it should be a 2. And this is one of those books that every point is like hundreds or thousands of dollars. You know, it's like, it just goes up really, really fast. So I think if this was regraded, it should get a higher grade. It is in really good shape. So this is Ghost Comics #6 from 1953. Maurice Whitman cover. You can see the back. The back is solid too. A little bit of chipping or staining down here. Something going on. But just a really great, great cover. So the reason people like this one a lot, it's a bondage cover. You got this like creepy guy and you got the hero in the background. There's just those elements people really like about this cover. But I personally prefer number 3. No, I'm just going to say all the numbers. Number 2. It's my favorite of the Ghost Comics series. But this is a great cover. I really do like this one as well. I actually like the whole series. Really great series. It's 1 through 11. Really great. All of them are Maurice Whitman covers. So really, really great covers. Okay, we've got a few more books to show. And I'm going to actually end with a really big book. I kind of want to, you know, build up the excitement. That was a big book. That was probably the most expensive of the books. But there's some cool books in here other than that. So yeah. Okay. This is a nice, almost Silver Age, but Bronze Age key. And this one is a book that I love buying on the down. This is where you buy, when you buy a book is when the price is just going down. Boom. I love that. I love buying books when the price is on the decline. And this book I think is just, it's one of my favorite covers for Spider-Man, actually. I really like the cover. And this is like the new Black Widow cover, like where they kind of reveal her new costume and that new style. Because if you look at the early Silver Age versions of Black Widow, she's more like this, like she looks like almost like a widow. She's wearing like, you know, like a pearl necklace and like this like little veil and stuff. But this is more like where she's an assassin, okay? And this is Amazing Spider-Man number 86. And this is one I've wanted in my collection for a while. But when the Black Widow movie was kind of announced, this book went just through the roof. And then when the movie came out, still kept on going up. And then the movie didn't do so well, and it took a really long time to get released. So it was a book that I was just waiting on, like for years, like literally waiting on it for years because, you know, there's the announcement that the movie's going to be made. There's the there's the trail, like all these points where the book is just climbing. And I was like, oh man, I'm just getting priced out of this book. I kind of want to get it at a little bit more affordable price. And now is the time to buy it. It has come back down to a reasonable price. So this is in a 7.5, which is a nice grade. And I got it for a good price. So I was quite happy. So Amazing Spider-Man number 86. Okay. So let's put that over there. And got 2 more slabs to show. Oh my goodness. And both of them are big. Wow, I'm not even sure which one to show. They're both massive books. I'm going to show both, but they're both really big books. And the first one I have to do a little bit of a shout out, actually, because it is from a fellow YouTuber. He had an auction going on eBay. And yeah, this is Alter Ego number 7. This is kind of an interesting book. This is from the Silver Age. Alter Ego was by, was it, does it say? Roy Thomas. Well, it's, so Roy Thomas did the story and art for the interior, but it's Billy Joe White story and cover. Okay, but this is a really rare book, like really rare, and it's one that has sort of spiked with the whole idea of Black Adam being launched. It is not considered a true appearance of Black Adam, but it is Black Adam, right? So we got Black Adam on the cover, and this is a Silver Age book. It even says Marvel Family. It's considered a fanzine, but a lot of collectors are chasing after it because it's a couple things. First, the Black Adam character, he appeared in Marvel Family #1 back in 1942, I believe. And he was a character that was a one-off. He didn't reappear in the Golden Age. And it wasn't until this book that they showed Black Adam again. And so with the movie coming out and The Rock being associated to it, anything Black Adam has become super valuable. And this is a really rare book, really hard book to find. And it just happens to feature the Black Adam on the cover. So this is the first Silver Age appearance of Black Adam. It's also the first cover appearance of Black Adam. And it wasn't until the Bronze Age to the 70s that when DC got the rights to all the Fawcett stuff, you know, all the Captain Marvel characters, and they started producing a series called Shazam, that they brought back Black Adam. So this is kind of in between those two eras, between Fawcett and DC, where, you know, they brought back at least one book, the Black Adam, and it was his first cover appearance. So a lot of people are chasing this book. Very hard book to find. Usually goes for insane amounts of money. I will link to I'm trying to remember the guy's channel name. It's not super obvious. I will link to his channel in my description. So, and I recommend you check out his channel. Once I remember the name of it, I'm blanking on it. I've been unboxing for the last 2 hours. So I don't remember his channel's name. And actually I do watch his channel too. So it's kind of sad that I don't remember his channel name. But I will link it in the description because his channel is worth checking out because he has better books than I do. His books are a higher grade and he's got some really mega grails in his collection. So really worth checking out his videos. And I highly recommend his channel. And I'll link it in the description. Now, I said there was 2 big books, and I'm not kidding when I say there was 2 big books. This next one is a controversial one, and it's a great one. It's considered one of the most humorous. I don't know. It's definitely got humor, something going on, and it's one that a lot of collectors chase after. It's not like it's not like a series that was popular in terms of like key books. This series didn't have that many keys that are really, really expensive. But this book is usually pretty pricey because it is controversial. And I'll show you what I mean. This is Rifleman number 10. And this is the wood cover. Like that's what people refer to it. So what to explain on this one? So this is Rifleman number 10. This is from Dell Publishing. And the Rifleman was like a TV series and they made a comic about it. And we got this really weird situation where this boy is holding this log. It's like a log. And it's just right at the right level to the Rifleman. And he's kind of looking up at him with this weird smile. Like, and it's just like, and he's looking down on him. And it's just like something kind of disturbing going on there. And then I don't know, it doesn't even say anything. Mysterious bag holds the secret to the outlaw's past and threat against Lucas and Mark McCain. Nothing really there, but just this image. Just, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? It's just very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. Very funny cover. So a lot of people chase this one just for that. For this cover, this crazy cover. And it's Rifleman number 10. And I'll show you the back too. The back's nothing, it's just a Schwinn bike, but this cover is one of those ones that collectors will chase after because it is so weird. And it's not a really common book. It's quite hard to find. So that's the Rifleman number 10. And I thought, end on a funny note. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Please check out the other parts. You'll probably enjoy them because there's a lot more great stuff inside of these 2 big boxes. And thanks for watching again. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Bye for now.